Hey, Geometry Gurus family. My name is Jared Wynn, and I'm the director over at Geometry Gurus SAT. I'm with Jessica, one of the students in the Geometry Gurus Gold program. Jessica, please say hi to everybody here.
Hi.
So, Jessica, right? I wanted to go over kind of like your experience here at Geometry Gurus. For those of you who don't know, Jessica was able to increase her score more than 100 points on the SAT math section. And Jessica, can you tell everyone what grade are you in right now, or what grade are you going into right now?
Right now, I'm going into ninth grade.
So you're going into ninth grade, and you were already able to see massive jumps in your SAT. Right now, let's talk a little bit about, first of all, how long did you work with Geometry Gurus?
I have worked for Geometry Goose for 12 weeks now, and I like it because it seems pretty short, but you get a lot done for the 12 weeks. And Jared gets covers a lot of topics, and it's like a review. Plus, like for me, I just started ninth grade, so I didn't have a strong foundation for math. And Jared helped me understand the topic. He was slow, he made sure that I understood it, and he also has, like, office hours, which you can come on Thursdays or Fridays to review anything you need help with, like homework or just anything overall, like the topics that we covered and you're still not sure with some things. He's always there to help you. And sometimes if because it's meant for anyone, and sometimes the students, not everyone needs for the office hours every week. So it's like a private lesson sometimes. So it's like a free private one-on-one, and you have it for a whole hour, and you can do it twice a week. So I think it's really great.
That's great. Yeah, Jessica, you were in the office hours like pretty religiously, right? And I think that's kind of what sets you apart from, maybe from other students, is because you were willing to put in that work. You weren't just going into these sessions, right, being like, "Oh, I need help." Like you tried all of these problems first, and then you brought them over to us, which was awesome. So, Jessica, can you tell me what was your biggest struggle with SAT math before joining the program? And like, how was that like for you?
Um, well, also because I started ninth grade, I didn't really understand what topics to study. Because even if you're like, let's say in 11th and 10th grade, you don't really understand how to study by yourself. You don't know where you're stuck on, what you need help with, and how much in depth you need with this type of topic. So, geometry is helpful because you can really go into depth, and there's a lot of help and office hours, like I said. So, yeah, Jared really goes into that. And there's also videos. So after you do your lessons for a whole hour, you can also look back at your lesson recordings. And if you're absent, let's say because you went on vacation, because I did during the summer, so people usually travel during the summer. Then after you come back, you can look at the lesson recording, and you're basically in class. You just watch the whole hour video, and let's say if you're confused with that lesson recording, then you can go to office hours. And also that sometimes during class, you can't cover all the slides, so he posts videos for those topics so he can go more into depth. Because usually the class he goes slow, making sure all the kids understand. So that's why he posts videos for you to look back later and watch them.
Awesome. Now, Jessica, right? You talked about the office hours, right? You talked about all these, like how you didn't have the foundations coming into the program because you're still going into ninth grade. But, can you tell me, right, now that you've gone through this program, right? Can you describe like a breakthrough moment or like a key turning point in your journey here that made you feel, well, yeah, like what was your aha moment that was like, oh, like I understand this now and I'm able to do X, Y, Z?
I think the diagnostics made a big impact because, well, first, like my first diagnostic, it wasn't the best, but from taking Jared, he helped me increase in the stuff that I needed help with. And the problems that I was like needed more that was lacking in. So with the lessons, he was able to go into the depth with all the topics that were in the diagnostic. He was covering it during class. And that's what helped me really get a strong foundation. And questions you can ask as many as you want. Jared doesn't care as long as you're learning. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, and you know what? That was one thing that's great about you is that you're not scared to ask questions. And you know what? I think what I saw as well is that because you weren't scared to ask questions, no one else was scared to ask questions because everyone's like, oh, Jessica's asking a bunch of questions, right? It's like, maybe I should ask some questions, as well. So now that after you completed this entire program, right? How confident do you feel about, math in general in comparison to when you first started?
Definitely for sure. Now I'm like really confident because otherwise, I don't understand how else you could really study because you obviously like you don't know where you're lacking in. So definitely his class is definitely great for that. And yeah, yeah, that's basically.
Well, first of all, Jessica, I want to say thank you so much for you had a great time here, right? I could tell you had a great time here, and it was all obviously an honor for me to kind of see the trajectory of your growth, right? Because I had you when you first started, right? You were kind of like you were kind of quiet on our first call, right? But then after a while, right, you were leading sessions. You were like, you're doing everything, which was great. Now, in what ways did this program, change your approach and your mindset towards the SAT? Or was there anything that, was surprising or any unexpected benefits that you gained from being in the program so far?
Um, well, definitely I would say the homework because
Mhm.
I know a lot of times, like if you let's say you just get a tutor to help you with SAT, not a lot of times they might not give you homework. And sometimes I know like I was trying to study for SAT with the tutor last year and they wanted me to bring stuff for and then
Oh.
they would help me with it. And, like, really you don't know what to, like, bring and what's, like, what you need for SAT. So, it made definitely an impact with the, homework. So you could work on that and practice after class just to make sure you fully understand. And then from that, you can go to office hours just to hang on. You could even just go for, like, 10 minutes just to ask 1 question, and then you can leave. It doesn't you don't have to stay the whole time. You can ask as many questions as you want for that whole hour. So the homework definitely has a big impact. And, there is, like, great amount of questions in there, and it's based on your level. There's level 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I like about that is it's not hard. It's based on your level, so you won't have a difficult time working on those problems. So I love how Jared organizes it based on your levels. So you don't have difficult time spending this much time on a problem you don't understand because it's not your level. You haven't gotten to that problem yet. You don't understand how to do it. So yeah, homework definitely made a big impact.
Oh, so I'm happy with that. Now, the last thing I want to touch base on, Jessica, is right, like maybe outside of the SAT, have you experienced any internal positive changes that maybe before this you didn't really anticipate?
Definitely. Right away at when I started ninth grade and I walked through those doors, I had so much confidence. And I actually like some of the material that I'm learning now, I actually learned from Jared. And this is like perfect because I just learned it. So now I have more of I'm ahead than others because they're just learning it.
Oh,
And now I just look at it and I'm like, okay, I know how to do it. So it's just like a review for me. Now it's not like studying it anymore. It's just like a review.
wow. So you already got to see a lot of the things that we went over in class.
Yeah.
Perfect. And that's the whole point, right? That's the whole thing about starting early, right? Because I remember, when we spoke like months and months ago, even before you first started, you were still in eighth grade, right? And that's that. I'm glad that you were able to get that benefit. So, Jessica, just to wrap things up one more time, right? If you can just in maybe 2 to 3 sentences describe, you know, your experience here, just to sum up everything, how much you've grown here. How would you sum this up so that someone in your position maybe is also in eighth grade, maybe also is in ninth grade, right? What would you want them to know, before they hit that crucial time where they have to, like, you're going into eighth and ninth grade?
I would definitely say that Jared provides all the resources you need in those 12 weeks. So it seems short, but all the resources he has is just the amount you need. He goes into depth. There's all these videos that he posts. So just in case if you're confused with like one of the things we learned in lessons, you can look back at those videos or lesson recordings to get those key important facts that you forgot. And Jared is very organized, so he definitely understands. He loves when you learn. So you can ask as many questions as you want. You can annoy him as much as you want, and he won't care because he loves when you learn. And he's always happy and has a smiling face whenever you join your class. Glad to see
Oh,
him.
thanks so much, Jessica. Well, guys, that's Jessica's story. That's exactly how, Jessica was able to improve her score the way she did, because Jessica's one of those people, she puts in the work. She put, and she, most importantly, she's not scared to ask for help. I think that's why I know you're going to be super successful, Jessica, because you aren't scared to ask for help. Don't ever change. If you get a teacher in high school that's like, Jessica, stop asking questions, don't listen to them. Okay. keep on asking questions. Guys, we're gonna wrap this up, but I just want to say, Jessica, thanks so much again for coming and doing this interview with us. But also, most importantly, I want to say, thank you for your participation and your growth here at Geometry Gurus. Okay. Say goodbye, Jessica. We'll say bye to the guys.
Bye.
Bye.